Okay, now it's the time to test our Nativescript app and see if it is working as well. So let's take a look at the package. Let's copy the startup command and let's run npm run and the startup command. Okay, as of now, our application is compiled. However, it is still Nativescript 6. It is not yet Nativescript 7. And the reason why that is if I go in here and I go into our apps and then into our Nativescript and we take a look at the package JSON, you will see that over here we still have Angular 9 all over the place, and the Nativescript that is being used is actually version 6. Over here, TNS Platform Declaration is version 6. So we still didn't migrate our Nativescript project yet. So that is what we're going to do next. Now, to do a Nativescript migration, we're actually going to have to go into the Nativescript project folder. I'm going to Control-C out of this, cd into apps, Nativescript, NS-test, and I'm going to list whatever's in here. Now, what I'm going to do next is npx ns for Nativescript command, and I'm going to clean this workspace. Now, Nativescript has removed a bunch of things that we shouldn't really have while we're trying to do an update. Now we're going to do npx ns migrate. I'm not going to commit anything to Git right now, so I'm just going to force this. Okay, our migration has completed. If we take a look into our package JSON file again, you can see that it's all Angular 10 now, and Nativescript core is 7. So now it has been updated. Let's try and running again and see if it actually runs. I'm going to go into the root of my workspace and run my, where is this command for running the Android app? And boom, get a load of these errors. Now this is a bit of a tricky thing to solve, however, we're going to do just that right now. So let's go back to our comparison of files. I'm going to reload this. We can see that our package over here dependencies are different than these dependencies here. We can actually just copy them over because they point to exactly the same things, except these ones only install above, like in the node modules in our root workspace folder. So I'm just going to copy this over. Nativescript ng font icon. I don't really need this international ngx6 stuff, so I'm just going to copy this over as well. Compiler CLI, language service. Don't need this for version 9. That's version 9. Don't care about that. Nativescript 7, 10. Okay, this is basically Nativescript Webpack, pointing to 3.02. Okay. Nativescript types. Nativescript types. TypeScript 397. TypeScript. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to copy this over anyway. It should work without any issues here. ng tools, Webpack 302. I'll just copy this over. Shouldn't be a problem. I'm also going to copy this main.js, which this erased because it was actually originally in this file. And now over here for all these things, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to copy this over. So the two files are now exactly the same. I'm going to save this file. However, this isn't the file which is really the culprit here. we have a different file that is causing a lot of issues. We actually have two files. One is tsconfig over here. As you can see, the module for compiling is ESNext in the new version, and it is CommonJS in this one. Plus we're targeting ES 2017 here and 2015 here. I'm going to copy it over from the new version. Another thing that is very important is this module resolution node. It's missing in the old version. I'm going to copy this over. And over here I'm going to copy this libs, although it's not as important, but I'm going to copy it anyway. Now remove comments true, remove iteration true. I'm just going to leave that alone. And the source modules, I'm going to leave it as is for now, although probably it's not really needed. I'm going to leave it here for now and then see if it works with it or not. I'm going to save this file. And let's try running this again and see what happens. Okay, still looks like I'm getting the same issues. Did I save this tsconfig? Yes, I did. Okay. There is one more section that needs to be fixed up. Here it is. Over here, I'm trying to look up components in the wrong directories. I'm going to copy it over from the new version. The file is named references.d.ts. Copy this over and save it. Okay, something's changed. It behaves a little bit different way. Can't resolve Nativescript Angular platform. Let's take a look at this main TS and see if there are any differences there. Going to close all these package.json files, which we have changed. Okay. Over here in the source for our Nativescript and nstest, we have main. Let's take a look what is going on here. Oh, okay. So the imports, they differ between the two versions. I'm just going to copy it over from the version 10 into this version 9 that we're migrating and save it. Let's see if it starts to work now. Gradle build has initiated. Okay, looks like we got some sort of errors going on here, but nonetheless, our application is now running on our emulator here. So far I did not resolve these issues, but the migration is complete for the most part. I'm going to try to restart this emulator once again, and we will see if everything starts up and runs. There's one more file that I want to mention that should be changed as well. It's in the root directory of the workspace. It's also called references.d.ts. Over here it is referencing these node modules as well, but it seems the new file is a bit different in this regard, so I would just copy it over anyway and save it. Okay, let's take a look. I'm going to start this again. Okay, so the app is running, save for these few errors around here, which still need to be resolved. I didn't figure this out yet. I didn't really spend any time on sorting this out. I was mostly focused on getting the new version of NX and Nativescript to work. and the emulator. But for now, this is it. Hopefully in the next video I will be able to show more or less a better way to migrate these than it is right now. Well, thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful, and have yourself a good day. Like, follow, and subscribe, and yeah, bye-bye.